This is a edit for the map I was just currently showing. I'm actually with Johnny right now inside the shop, and we was just discussing the walls and how there's a little bit of a gap in it. But all this area right here, I'll let Johnny explain that.
Alright, so this entire shop floor now is where you can repair, customize your vehicles and whatnot. You have to go through here, through this little door, which is kind of hard to get through there because it's made for skinny people.
Yeah.
Anyways, the icon is over here by this desk where you can actually repair your vehicles, blah blah. To get into the shop, you literally just open the shop doors and drive it.
That's cool. And this is actually done at the shop. That's a kind of a step up from Rappaport.
Yeah, it's where you buy your vehicles and whatnot. And I just thought, for a little realism, it'd be kind of cool to actually be able to utilize the shop itself to, repair your vehicles. What else you gonna do with it?
That's right. And actually go inside the dealership to buy.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, but I moved the vehicle spawn points, so when you buy a vehicle, it's not really close to that fence anymore.
Yeah, that was a big enjoyment. Because bigger vehicles for testing, it's kind of hard to back up to them.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So there was a total of 1,472 errors thanks to that update.
Yeah. Well, thankfully it wasn't that many.
It was literally the same error duplicated over and over again. It took me forever to figure that out, though.
I'm trying to find your jet. There's two of your jets.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them over there. There's a jumbo jet straight above us.
Yep.
And then the balloons over there at the northwest.
I couldn't find the fish in the large pond here. I did see the duck and the fishman, and I did find the fish in the small pond at the park.
Yeah, they're on a fairly large line, so it's kind of hit or miss if you're going to see them. I might do something about that later.
I said they was all kind of bachelor, and you might add some partners and stuff with them.
I'm working on it. I'm working on more of traffic population too, because it's kind of sparse.
I thought it was kind of quite a bit on the main road. I actually liked it.
It's kind of hit or miss there too. The other day when I was playing, I didn't see a car forever.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was weird. I drove, from the farm all the way to Shell, and I saw like 2 cars.
Oh wow! In my recording, I actually got quite a bit of them show up.
I guess it's kind of like the seasons, like the weather. Hey, if you look straight above you to the back, there goes Spock.
How far exactly does the blimp come over?
It should come right above like the ballpark area.
Yeah. I've seen it kind of close to the farm.
Yeah, well, that blue, yellow balloon practically landed in the trees in front of the auto shop at one point. I had to fix that.
Well, I seen where it was barely skimming along the water around the waterway.
Yeah, that guy's got a death wish. I don't know what his problem is.
He's showing off his aerial skills.
Yeah, well, either that he doesn't have enough hot air. But something, I don't know. But, so I had to rework the cell triggers again. That was one of the weird errors that popped up. See, in Cheetah's Island,
Yeah.
it's the exact same cell points, but it doesn't have the error. It's just because I was in the process of making this map during the update that I got that error. So I had to redo all of those.
So the other day just really messed things up.
Yeah. And that other grain place, it buys more than one grain now, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know whenever I was testing stuff, and I said, well, this is kind of like a grain place, so why do they only buy one grain? But I thought maybe there was some kind of
Yeah.
weird logic behind it, so I didn't know.
No, it was just, I don't know. Because, okay, so the sell points I have in here right now are set up for multi-fruit,
Yeah.
but I don't have the map set up for multi-fruit yet. So the sell point was buying the other fruits that I want to make available on the map. They just aren't on the map, so
Yeah.
you couldn't buy anything.
Is that something that's going to be possible?
I don't know yet. I might wait to do the farm expansion when I decide to actually turn this into a 4X. Basically, what I'm going to do is imagine the map. You play American Truck Sim or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how they do an update and you get like a whole nother state to drive in?
Right.
So when I get this map completed and done, and I'm good with it, I'm going to keep it so for the people that can have a hard time loading big maps, they got this.
Right.
But for those who appreciate big maps, it's going to be this exact map, only it's going to be placed inside of a large map, basically. It's just going to expand around the edges.
That's cool.
And so
I like that.
The road tunnels that are set up, like I was telling you the other day when I had the people that kind of walk under the map,
Right.
those tunnels are actually going to lead to the 4X section.
Yeah, this one over here by the shop is the one I got off the map with. When I wind up underneath it.
I might put an invisible barrier or something at the end of each tunnel, so that can't happen. But I don't know. I kind of think it's funny just to drive off the end.
Hey, I jumped off the pier all the time in the other one. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I purposely expanded that collision trigger past the pier just to see how far you'd actually walk. And sure enough, in your next video, you can't walk until you fell off.
I still think it needed like a sign that said, if you don't believe the world is flat, just keep walking.
I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. But
So when I started doing my recording, I said that this was kind of a map that would appeal to forestry and small farms. So when you take this to 4X, it's going to allow for big farmers as well.
yeah, basically, you know, when you're driving into the suburbs or to a town or whatever, the fields start getting smaller, then it starts getting a little more congested with businesses and whatnot.
Right.
That's kind of like this. When you drive through the mountain pass over there, you're coming into the more developed area, which is this map. So the 4X basically is going to expand into basically the mountain valley area where, you know, it's going to be bigger farming.
That's going to be cool.
And yeah, and there might be like a small town or something up that way too, just because it's not going to be all farmland unless just Nebraska. You know,
Right.
you can watch your dog run away for a week at a time. It's so flat there. But, yeah, I don't know. I haven't exactly figured out what I'm going to do yet.
Well, maybe we get a
I'm just
people
glad
so
he's-
making some comments and stuff, maybe give you some direction.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten a whole lot of feedback on either one of the maps I released. You know, I was watching some other videos, and it seems like the popular videos right now are just big, flat maps.
Yeah.
Which is kind of shocking to me.
There's a lot of people that likes big farming. Like I was saying about one of Kaz's posts, talking about smaller and big farming. Of course, I checked small. I like the small equipment stuff. And I got trumped. I got outvoted big time. There's a lot of people that likes big farming.
And you know, and when I first started this, back in 2013, I had the second 16X map ever. And it was nothing but big farming. And every comment that I got on that was, well, it's just a big flat map with square fields. I'm like, yeah, duh, that's what I wanted. But, yeah, nobody seemed to want those kind of maps back then. All they wanted was the very small, extremely congested maps. And for me, if you have a hard time driving a tractor from point A to point B because everything's so tight, that's just not American farming at all.
Right.
You know, I don't know of any place in the United States that I can't drive, you know, a big tractor through and get to a field. I mean, you know,
they like to take up the road here. I seen one guy made a video about how he's providing food and everything, but there's a lot of people trying to get their kids to the doctor and everything else, but they literally will stop up highways here.
Yeah, I mean, they do take up the whole road, but my whole point is, like, the roads on those European maps, they're like one lane narrow streets. You can't really, you know, if you got duals at all on your tractor, you're not driving.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. But here in the States, like, well, especially where I live, I've not seen a tractor without duals on it in probably 10, 15 years.
I met a sprayer over here by me, and it was on a county road. I was on my way to work on a farm, and he made me get off into a driveway. He never did get off, and I was like, man, you're in a sprayer. You can go anywhere you want. Get off the road.
Right. Looks like we're going to see how far that blimp comes now.
Yep.
But, yeah, I don't know. The people of today are just not like they were 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Oh, of course.
You know, they don't share the road. They're all in a hurry. Everyone thinks their time is more valuable than the others. I mean,
right.
I drive a truck for a living, so I'm probably cut off 87 times a day, literally.
Anybody pulls in front of the truck, they got suicide wish anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't wait 3 seconds to take your exit, you really have no business being on the interstate.
Right.
I mean, you don't pass just to turn off. That's that's just stupid. You know, hurry up and stop at that stop sign. You know.
I was looking for your blue balloon. I hadn't seen it in a while.
Blue one?
Yeah.
There it is. It's way over there by the western mountain. You can barely see it. It's more yellow than anything right now.
Oh, yeah, okay, I finally see it. It's falling at water.
Yeah, it's on a completely different path than anything else. And that blimp is just really slow. It takes forever to get anywhere.
What's a blimp?
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, I don't know. Where in the world is all the traffic? Oh, there goes the car.
Oh, well, I've seen some pass.
It's really sparse. I still like this whole political dump site over here.
Yeah, I made a comment about it. It's kind of like they got to get their bull from somewhere to dish out of that.
Right.
It is a little bit sparse right now. There's some coming. But up in town there was quite a bit earlier.
Yeah, you see this weird glitch in the bricks here?
Yep.
That was the entire walkway, all the way around. I don't know what's going on with that, other than I use that interesting trick on how to build roads with a spline. Instead of laying each road piece in individually, I basically just drew a line on the ground and was like, put my road here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that took me a while to get that script to work, but it's a script I kind of came up with.
You got 3 of them coming now.
Oh,
You're
boy.
about to be hit by one of them.
Yes. See that? Boom.
But with the roads being on
So they
the
actually stop.
spline, does it kind of help keep it from making that little jump going from one section to another section that you get?
Yeah, you know how on some roads there's like, or on some maps, if you pay real close attention to the roads, they won't quite line up with each other's height, or there'll be like a little bit of a gap.
Right. I've seen it throw cars in here.
Yeah. Well, that's why we got this glitch in the bricks here. Instead of it having a gap, they kind of overlap each other a little bit. So therefore, it makes the road a lot smoother. Unfortunately, it makes the texture glitchy. There is a way to completely paint a road on here to any texture you want, but because of the bends I have and whatnot, it really didn't like that. It had the road lanes going every which way, like they'd be driving out in the middle of the ocean, or they'd be driving off in a field, going straight, vice versa, doing weird loop-de-loops. It was very strange, to say the least. But this was about as good as I could get it. I mean, you know, and when you're driving, you don't notice this. It's only when you're like actually standing right in front of it.
Yeah, I noticed it when I was on the JD machine. I seen it earlier. But I hadn't seen it when you're driving along.
Yeah. But as far as this traffic goes, see, this is not actually from the vanilla game file anymore. I actually brought it into this map because that inside traffic loop where that cement truck is right now going by,
Yep.
until he gets to this intersection here, he's running about 50 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, I know they're scooting pretty good.
Well, in order to get them to stop without hitting you, I had to bring the entire traffic file into the map. Then I had to go into each individual vehicle and change the settings on the collision triggers. And, you know, that sounds like that would be an easy enough, straightforward thing to do, but this is Giants we're talking about. It was problematic, to say the least.
Yep.
But it's in there, and it's working. I'm trying to add some more vehicles to it, a little bit more variety, but that's not exactly working out for me.
Well, maybe it's something that's just going to come in time, because you've accomplished a lot.
Well, I'm really open to figure out how to change those vehicles to, like, say, some stuff from, like, the 40s and 50s era.
Yeah, kind of like Kaz was talking about. He said, when I was telling him about some of your traffic splines and stuff, he said if you could pull off something like what we discussed and really bringing old equipment into the game, he really wants your help bad on that, because he wants to be able to make the whole map really old.
Right.
And I think it's neat too.
You remember the map they did, like the South American map that Giants did? It's like El Apracha or something like that, where these pink trees originally came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the older vehicles in there. And I'm thinking about seeing if I can somehow figure out how to just take those models for now. But at the same time, I'm wanting to put like an old Alice Chumners or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, where it's driving around, like before you buy a field, you'll actually see the vehicles in the field. I have not quite figured out how to do that. I think if you take like course play and you map it out, go ahead and set it up to like a course, you know, to work the field or whatever, and then copy that spline from that into the map, and then just change it to work kind of like I have these jets and the blimp and whatnot, and just adding the actual i3D file from the old tractor, and then thus the tractor would follow that spline.
Right.
The only problem with that is, so far, is none of the wheels will turn or anything like that. There's nobody on it. It's just a ghost tractor that's just kind of floating through the field.
I didn't think about that. Because I even told Kaz it'd be pretty easy to me to be like add some vehicles in the map and then use something like course play to send them on their way. You just wouldn't interact with them because you know you want them to be your traffic and stuff. But I didn't think about a tractor with nobody on it driving around the map. That'd be kind of stupid.
Right. Well, see, like these cars, if you look close enough and catch them, there's people in them.
Right.
Now, that's something that Giants did. Like I said, I took this file from them. Now, if it's a matter of actually changing the... Okay, so the way the cars work for Giants is you have these different nodes. Each tire node, blah, blah. So basically, it's loading an actual car that you could technically drive if it was a placeable or an actual mod or whatever.
Right.
But they're their own entity. But they're basically built just like, you know, an in-game vehicle that you can drive. So I think there might actually be a way to take, like, say, the old Finn tractor or something like that, and put it on the spline or in the traffic file like they got, and then move the passenger script that they use.
Yeah.
Do the tractor seed, use the nodes from the actual game file, and just bring that whole thing into the traffic spline. The only problem is, it would follow everything the original cars drive, so you just have random tractors driving all over the place. So you have to create an entirely different traffic system just for the field work,
And of course, you're going to have everything kind of having its own speed. You can't have a F100 pickup out here running the same speed as an old tractor.
Right. I mean, you're not going to see like an old suicide clutch out there, driving 70 miles an hour. You got an 8-in Ford that's doing interstate speeds. I just don't think that's going to work.
Right.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty cool customizations to them old tractors, but come on now.
Yeah.
Another thing that's kind of weird is I haven't seen anybody walk by on this street yet.
Oh, they have. It's in my recording. Here's one going there. Guy in blue shirt.
Well, I see him on the road across the street, but I don't see him on this road.
Yeah, right here.
This side of the street. Right here, where?
Right in front of me. You don't see it on you?
There is nobody there on my screen.
Dude, right here is a guy in a blue shirt, dressed up in black slacks.
Where?
Right here in front of me. He's literally kissing me right now.
That is so weird. Do you have somebody behind you in a red shirt and blue jeans?
No.
Wow, that is weird.
We can see the same vehicles, but we can't see the same people.
Do you see a white car going by?
No, it's pink. It's a truck.
What?
I'm messing with you, man. It was a white car. That was just too easy. But no, it's the people.
This guy right here.
Nope.
Red shirt.
Nothing.
Weird urban camouflage pants and those weird girly shoe things that have holes in them. They're supposed to be like slippers or some crap.
Nope.
Wow.
Just you. And the balloon and the blimp's kind of here.
Yeah. So it's just the people that are
Right.
different. I wonder why that is.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious now. I'm trying to find that person. But I don't see anybody on the sheet over here now.
Actually, I do know what the difference is. I did not customize the pedestrian splines at all. I use the in-game pedestrian splines. The traffic and everything else is all basically my customer, my edit, if you will.
Well, as far as multiplayer or something like that goes, you don't have no involvement with the people anyway. So I don't think that has to be worried about too much.
I might still go ahead and change it anyways because this is just weird. If we were both like recording video at the same time and like doing a split screen or something,
Yeah.
it would be trippy because like I'd be sitting here talking to you and a guy will walk by and I'm like, hey, what's up? And you're just not going to see anybody.
I'll just think, well, he's smoking something. I don't know what it is, but
Right? That is so weird, though.
well, since I got you here, you want to expand on the large paint tray some more? Your special friend, or is that kind of like just a personal thing, or what?
No, that's Elizabeth Castillo. We started driving together about 2 years ago, and it all started because she stole my hot water at the terminal. Literally. That's how we met, and my truck was broke down, so we decided to team up in hers while mine was repairing. We did a load, and then we took off in my truck, did a couple loads, and I saw how well she drove. We went to this one particular Walmart where we were making a delivery, and I was training a bunch of people at that time doing these Walmart deliveries. And nobody that I've ever trained was able to back into that dock worth of crap. took forever. I would have to get out of the truck because I was like, okay, I'm just going to stand over here and smoke a cigarette because it's driving me nuts. And, you know, I had to show her basically the same Walmart, right? And I get there, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to take her forever to get in this dock. And she pulls up and backs straight in one shot. I'm like, what the crap just happened? Like, literally, she one-shotted a dock that took me 2 or 3 times to actually figure out the best way to set up for her, and she just pulled in, backed up. I'm like, seriously? What the crap? You know? And it was in my truck. It wasn't even her truck, so it wasn't like a truck that she was used to at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, you want to just team? And we've been teaming ever since.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, right now, I'm not driving because she's doing some stuff I can't actually talk about. Yeah. So she's hauling some pretty crazy stuff right now for a company. And she decided to go over there and try it out for a while. And I'm just been at home while doing this, making maps. But she's been extremely supportive. Like, she gets on YouTube, checks out my little videos or whatever. She talks about the maps all the time, asks me what I'm doing. Last night she was on the phone with me until like 4 a.m. when I was trying to figure out the crazy gate situation with my placeables over there. You know, so she's been extremely supportive. Well, anyways, she saw the tree. See, we have a dogwood, a flowering rosebud, a flowering pink peach weeping willow hybrid tree.
Oh,
That's
wow.
the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's weird. But so, like, she likes all these, like, pink and red colored trees, right?
I don't blame her.
So, you know, I was like, I gotta figure out how to put one of these in my map, so maybe she'll actually play on the map with me at some point. And, well, I put it in the map, she saw it, and she fell in love with it, and now they're everywhere.
Yeah. I like
So she's
them.
been extremely supportive.
Here is 2
Well,
guys
remind me if I can- Where?
right here. They're literally 2 inches apart walking through here.
What?
Yep. Got a
Okay,
dark
I got it fixed.
muscle guy. He's ripping in muscles. They both look like they want to like tear me apart. But they're walking here together.
Well, you are some random skinny chick sitting on the side of the street.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I always play as a girl in everything.
And it kind of weirded me out at first. I'm like, did somebody else get a hold of my map? Wait, that's
No.
3D.
That all started back in Quake 2, an old shooter
Quake 2,
game.
wow. Yeah, I played
See-
all the Quakes.
The actual figures I was told was how you was gonna get hit. Since the girls took was a smaller profile than a guy, it was harder to hit them. So I just thought it was pretty cool, so I just stuck with it. And it's always been that way.
Most of my World of Warcraft characters, or when I was playing EVE Online,
Yeah.
were all females. You know why?
Why's that?
Because I got free shit every single day.
Wow. Yeah.
Because people thought I was a girl.
Right.
So I would get, like, as a matter of fact, my EVE, I started on this, I forget what they call them now, but it's like groups that you can join, kind of like a guild in a way.
Yeah.
But I joined this mining, well, we'll just call it a guild, this mining guild, and I had literally nothing. I just started the game. I accidentally picked a female character. And everybody's like, oh, look, a girl, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, you know. But I didn't have my microphone. Like, I didn't have a microphone at the time, so I had to do everything through text. And they all thought I was a girl, and it was like, hey, you want this $550,000 mining rig? I'm like, sure. And I'm like, man, these people are really nice. I'm getting all this like free stuff. And not only did I get the mining rig, the ship, I got like all the mining lasers, the skills to run it, like everything that would take you months upon
Yeah, I was
months.
fixing to say, you skip months.
Yeah, and I got all this stuff. I'm like, man, these people are awesome to play with, blah, blah. And it wasn't for like 3 months. It took me 3 months to realize what was going on. because they kept asking me to talk to him on chat, microphone, blah, blah, and I kept telling them I couldn't afford it. And they was like, we will send you the money to buy you a microphone. And I'm like,
You should have let him do it. Then get on there and say, "Hey, what's up, man?" They would regret every inch of all that. Oh man.
Finally, tell him, you do know that this is just a female character, right? And they're like, what do you mean?
Oh yeah.
I'm a dude. I never got another free gift or anything again. As a matter of fact, my ship was destroyed that day.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I was like, I didn't mean to mislead you. I literally had no idea what was going on.
It's just their first impression. I've got that in games before.
So there's a guy walking up on you right now.
Oh, you just had two of them to walk through you.
That's so weird.
Yeah, he walked through you like you wasn't even there. The guy in a red shirt just walked by through here.
Yeah, because for him, I'm not there. I wonder if this guy here will walk through me, the guy I can actually see.
There's one coming up behind you now. If you scoot over to this crack, he'll walk through you.
Which crack?
One I'm on. Yeah. He's right in behind you. And he just walked right through you. And me.
Weird.
Okay, I got one more question.
Let's see.
Alright, I noticed that F on your forestries, the middle one and the three to right has a really natural feel. The one over by the lumberyard has like this racetrack layout. This little psychedelic rings. What's going on with it?
Okay, so when I first was trying to figure out how to use the spline placement trick, I basically just drew a spiral in that field and hit, spline create. And it popped those trees like that. Unfortunately, it popped them into the tree file with all my other trees, so I can't just go in and delete.
Oh, wow. So it's kind of stuck that way now?
Well, I can do one or two things, and since I have you on here, I thought I'd ask you about this. I can go ahead and draw more splines in there and do, because I figured out how to make the program actually randomly place that items. So in other words, instead of just place them exactly side by side like they do on the street, it'll place things at random X, Y, and Z coordinates. Or, well, X and Z. The Y will stay the same. So in other words, it can place two trees right next to each other, but it might place one 10 feet away. Vice versa. I'll place them just in random areas of the spline points. A better way to draw that would be if you draw a straight line on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And you know how you can tape three pencils together, two of them pointing down, one pointing up, and you trace that line, you'd have two perfectly straight lines, right?
Okay.
Well, instead of doing that, it's one pencil is basically following the same line, but it's on crack or something. It just goes in random directions.
Yeah.
But it follows the line. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. It's very strange. But if you look at the tree placement, like you said, in the other forest areas, that's exactly what I did. So what I could do is I could go ahead and just drop more trees in there, and hopefully they don't overlap each other.
Yeah.
But it won't really hurt if they do overlap each other, because if you cut down one, you'll have access to the other one.
Right.
Right. So, but
can you set me up for permissions to purchase? I'll try to go to my pressure sprayer to get up in the air, and it wouldn't let me.
How do I do that?
Escape and go over to the little people in the building, and you can click on my name and push me up in level.
Did that do anything? Oh, okay. Now I see it here. So.
Yeah, it's letting me. I can
Okay.
move around. I can be Superman now.
I can teach you how to fly in this game.
I know how. You gotta enable that fly, no HUD mode.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it is. I just don't ever like it.
It's pretty slow, though, right? Like when you're trying to move around, it takes forever.
You can boost the speed on it though.
Well, the only way I figured out how to do that is to actually use the player speed script.
Yeah. That's one I use. I cook it up.
I like it pretty well as far as using a controller, but like using a keyboard or mouse or whatever, it's not all that great.
Well, I think as for me or something like that, like I'm in that forestry section that we just discussed. It's almost like a racetrack through here.
It is kind of odd. It's very unnatural.
Your other ones it's just absolutely amazing. They look spot on perfect. And of course, the little pink tree here and there is cool too.
The original argument I was going to have for that, because actually, as soon as I laid that in there, I was like, "Yep, JD's going to have something to say about this." The original argument I had was like, "Well, it's a tree farm."
Yeah, and that's what I said when I first seen it.
Well, to me, even as a tree farm, it doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, because you got two types of trees.
Yeah, exactly, and they're right beside each other.
Right.
So,
But I mean, I live pretty close to paper mill, about 45 minutes, and we got a lot of tree farms in West Kentucky.
Yep.
But we got a lot of natural woods too. And that's why I'm just so obsessed with natural.
Well, and early on, like this is literally, I built this map as a test map to test different ideas. I wasn't actually trying to make it work. It just kind of happened, but I was testing the whole spline ideas,
Right.
On how to paint with splines, how to lay roads with splines, how to put in trees with splines, and all that. And then I got to looking at the map, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of like this.
Right.
Especially this one field over here, Field 5. The only way you can access it is to go through the section of trees, because it's completely surrounded by trees, and the field gets pretty close to them.
Oh yeah, that little bitty one on the backside of the farm.
Yeah. That I did that on purpose because my farm that I grew up on, that is exactly how you got to that field.
Oh, cool.
It was through a little section of trees behind the farm. The hell? There's a random tractor, like. But yeah, so these forests over here, I just went up here in the top, northeast corner. That's when I finally actually learned how to, do the random tree placement within the spline. And it just gave us like really natural, nice kind of feel. And as I played with it, the forest to me got a little bit better, like the southeast one, or is it southwest one, But this, like I said, this whole map was basically for me to learn some new tricks, and whatnot. The fence that goes around the farm, that was literally put in with a spline.
I can almost reach out and touch that balloon. The yellow one?
Oh, you had the blue and yellow one? Yep.
I seen a great big shadow come over top of me, and I was like, what is here? I mean, it is so close, you can just reach out and touch it in there. That's pretty cool.
So what do you think about Lone Fisherman?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've seen the fisherman in the boat before. He's got a lot more light to cover. I told him good luck with catching any fish, so just.
Well, that would be me. I can never seem to catch fish. I don't know.
I'm kind of fish challenged anyway.
Yeah, my cousin, he can like just go to a pond and be like, I'm gonna throw a line here. Oh, look, a fish.
Yeah, my wife is the same way. It's a little annoying.
It's very annoying, right?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even put your line in the water and you already got a chow cat? How's that possible?
I have accidentally caught fish as a child, where my dad about killed me because I knocked one of his lines off in the water, and I hooked a cat. So it's just
Yeah.
and Tyler here, he's actually caught a bluegill out in the pond behind our house. He caught it by snagging it, hooked it in the side.
That is wow.
I know. It's just crazy.
Did you see my hidden J&J logo on the map?
I did not. You hit it too good.
It's down. Yeah, well, it's down at the lumber mill. I'll give you that hint.
Okay. Well, I'm on an adventure then.
What do you think of that little suburban area I got?
I found it. Your end looks like a W.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, and are you going to mark the wood chip area? I could sell wood chips, but I didn't know where to sell it at first. I just gave it a try right next to it.
Yeah, it's in there. I don't know what's going on with this. Why the sell point keeps closing off that enclosure? Because over here, where this like, if you look at the J&J thing, you got come down from that, you got that weird like spot.
Little lumber sale place.
Yeah, where the lumber sale place is.
Yeah.
If you go straight across, like if you're trying to like draw a line underneath J&J, and you just keep going to the right. Right there is where the sell point trigger is supposed to be for the chips. But for whatever reason, it closed the entire area off. There should be a hole there. And I don't really know why it keeps doing that. Because if you look closely at it, you can see that there's actually two separate walls going in a circle there. Like one inside the other.
Right.
Yeah, it's something to do with the in-game's trigger layout. Because it's a little bit different than 17. Before in 17, when you're doing the Giants header, you would just place down the sell point wherever you wanted it. But now you have to basically do it completely different. You write a script, and in the script you put the XYZ coordinates and the rotation, all that, of where you want the sell point to spawn. So when you're building the map, the sell points, they're not there. They're not there until you actually start the game. Well, for whatever reason, the rotation keeps changing on that one particular sell point, and it keeps closing that area off. So I'm going to have to basically rework it and build a custom sell point for it, which I do plan on doing. And I might just, you know what, I might just go ahead and put a drive over type of sell point, like at the grain mills and whatnot, and just plop it down here, you know, with like one of these auger things. So it looks like you drop it into like a grain type of drop, and the auger feeds it into that pile or something. I don't know what to do for sure.
Right. Well, just play around till you get to where you're satisfied with it. I know. Right now, to me, this map is going to appeal to small farmers and forestry. But the biggest thing that appeals to me about this map is just how alive this map. You got so much going on. There's not an inch of this map that doesn't have life.
And that's kind of what I was going for. If you looked at my my Facebook page, and looked back at my maps from like FS13, there's no traffic hardly.
Yeah.
You know, nothing like that, no life. And I got bored with those maps so fast. You know, I was literally putting out a map a week. I was just dropping out maps. And I couldn't quite figure out why the maps just weren't, playable for me. They just, I mean, you could play them, but I couldn't put a whole lot of time into them. And, I noticed that the maps that I was playing on a lot was because of all the, diversity of life, So it was important to me when I built this map. I wanted the custom traffic splines. I didn't want traffic just going in circles because, who does that?
Right.
So I wanted traffic going in different directions. I wanted people walking in different directions. I wanted it to seem a little bit more real. So the more I added, the more I wanted to add. Like the hawks, the eagle, the fish, and all that. I don't know, I just kept adding stuff.
Well, I know here at the baseball field on the 4 lane, it's a really increased amount of traffic, but that's because it's picking up the traffic around the baseball field and all that as well. So there's a lot of traffic over this way.
Yep, and every once in a while, if you're lucky, the whole crossroad or whatever that goes through the park, people will actually walk through there. It's just not, that often that you see it. But yeah, people actually walk every trail except for the weird box trail, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess they walk the big plus sign in the park. They walk around the soccer field. They walk past the baseball field and all that. It's just kind of look at the draw if you're going to see it or not. That's kind of one of the reasons why I want to try to build up the pedestrians, to make more people on the map at a time. But at the same time, I was reading some of the comments that were on your YouTube, that people are like, I'll be able to play this because I have a high-end graphics card or whatever, but if you had too much traffic or too many people, other people may not be able to play the map.
I just don't think that's the case. I mean, I can understand it. You can kind of push the envelope a little bit, but on a small map like this, I don't think it's going to be that kind of a problem.
Yeah. Well, and like I was telling him, I'm building this map on a laptop. Okay? It's not a gaming laptop. It's just your average, do some paperwork laptop.
Yeah.
Very minimum, settings, blah, blah. And it plays just fine on mine, so. But that's what I do, is I test it on my old laptop, because if it can play on that, then it can pretty much play on anything.
Well, I think it's absolutely beautiful, man.
Thank you. I don't know if there's anything else I'm going to add to the map or not. Other than I'm going to try to fix the weird tree farm because it's kind of annoying the crap out of me too. I've just been putting it off. So the only changes that I might make here in the near future would be the tree farm and maybe increasing traffic flow. Maybe.
Okay.
But that'd be about it. Unless you can think of, and that weird, sawdust sell point. The wood chip sell point.
Just if you want to add some people to the park or something like that, or maybe increase your duck or fish population or something like that. But I mean, you've already added so much now.
There is literally 96 blinds.
Yeah.
So when you said well over 50, and I was only at 49, I was like, well, crap.
And now you're approaching 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just, it just seems like when you hear that number of the splines that's been added to a map, especially a small map, you think it's just borderline insane. Why do that much? But because you did it, created a whole new feeling to the map of being alive.
Yeah, and I think that's important. A lot of people are going to be on here playing solo, and if you didn't have traffic or anything, it would just feel like you're the last man on earth, Nobody wants that feeling.
Well, it just becomes just another piece of farmland.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
It kind of be easy to get tired of it. You gotta have goals and stuff.
Yep. Oh, and every inch of this map is viable.
Is what?
There's no buyable, so there's like no government land. There's no section of the map that you can't buy. That's another thing that kind of bothered me on a lot of maps. You're trying to build a roadway going through a field, or you're trying to level land between two fields so that you can join them or whatever, and you can't because a section is not viable. that drove me up the wall on several maps, and they were good maps other than that. But because I couldn't, do what I wanted to as far as landscaping, I just stopped playing.
Right.
Right. So I wanted to make it to where every inch of the map you could purchase, and you can. Just like on Akahita's Island, you can buy literally every inch of that map.
I thought it was going to be hard for you to top Akahita Island. I really did. But you're crushing it.
I was telling Liz, I was like, after I got this map done and played on it the first time, I was like, I don't even think I want to go back to the island.
Yeah.
I would have to do something pretty spectacular to, and actually I do have plans for that, by the way.
I'm doing something more with Akahita Island?
Yep.
Well, to me, Akahita Island was very special in a lot of ways, especially since you incorporated, your ancestry and stuff in it.
Yeah, I mean, and that idea wasn't even there for me. You put that out there, and
I'm sorry. Well, if you name it Akahita Island, it's the first thing that come to me was the Trail of Tears, and maybe something in a positive way. And when you dropped that in there, it almost had me crying, man.
Well, just the fact that you put that suggestion out there, and it made me feel like, you know what, people actually still do respect that part of history, and this guy's wanting to see it, so I'm gonna make that happen.
Yeah, and it was amazing.
And I really didn't want to move the lumber mill and that one sell point, but I gotta say that park is gorgeous right there. I mean, it just really made that town.
I remember that. I was like, who would actually want to have their kids and live next to a great big noisy sawmill? Maybe just move it just a little bit on the other side of the trees.
Well, I did that, and I'm like, now there's this gigantic area here, and I don't know what to do with it. And we got to talking about the whole trail and everything. And I was like,
yeah,
ding, idea, light bulb.
Right.
And we just kind of went there. From there, I just kind of kept playing off your ideas and stuff, and you really kind of made that map come together. Just with your comments and ideas, and it would have never been what it is today. Had you not actually, said, yeah, I will, I'll look at your map, I'll do a video on it, I'll tell you what I think about it. I couldn't get anybody else to do that in the YouTube community, and I think, had you not taken that opportunity to do that, I wouldn't have grown as a map developer.
Well, to me, it's we're all in this together, and I don't know. I just between psychology, sociology, and art and everything, this weirdness comes out in me when it comes to map. I just want these maps to be the best they can for the game community, and try to inspire modders. They're amazing people.
And I'm with you. And when I first started modding, the community was a lot more open than it is now. People would share ideas. They would teach you how to do things. And now it seems like, and I get it, there was a lot of mods being stolen in 13 and 15. I mean, it was ridiculous. So a lot of the good modders from that era just stopped. A lot of the YouTubers that are out there that showcase mods and whatnot, they're loyal to certain modding groups. And they will only show those, videos. They won't, give any other map a chance. They, and the whole community is kind of shut down right now. They're not talking.
Right.
They're not sharing ideas. They're not helping. And when you came along and was like, yeah, I will definitely share this. I will definitely help you. I'll take a look at it. I'll tell you what you think. And I was like, And at first I was like, I don't think I'm making it clear enough to this guy that I want him to be 100% brutally honest.
Well, I asked you how honest you wanted me to be. So that's why I gave the warning at first. Okay, you're going to hear all my thoughts. And I do try to hold back because I don't want to be that person that stops a modder. You take like Kaz or some of them, one negative thought, and it crushes people because that little stupid dislike on videos kills me. So I try to be kind of constructive about it and try to inspire instead of, being a jerk.
Well, see, the thing is, Kaz started making mods, last game? Did he start in 17 or when did he start?
I forgot when he said he actually started. Plus, I have a terrible memory.
Either way, I think he's fairly new to it, and he's starting at a time where people will not help each other. Like, so he's having to figure all this stuff out pretty much for himself.
Yeah.
And, with that said, I mean, what he's putting out there, they're all working maps. There's a lot of people out there that can't even, edit a map.
Oh, yeah.
And those are the same people that are usually talking crap about mods.
Right.
It drives me up the wall. This guy is producing very well-made maps. They are to a certain style, to his style. But same can be said about any modder out there. They produce things to their style. You have people that do nothing but John Deere stuff. You have people that do nothing but mega farms, blah, blah. And I can't really say that all of his maps look the same, like that one, guy said. I don't see it. I mean, I see similarities, but, there's something different in each one of them, and a lot of people like the easier to play farms, and I hope he doesn't take this the wrong way, but to me, his maps are easier play. They're more playable. They're more AI friendly. You can hire people to farm on them. You don't have to stress about them running into trees so much, but then at the same time, he does have trees and stuff, farm beautification on his maps. It's not just a plain Jane gridded farm with nothing to look at. There's plenty to look at, and I like his maps personally. I play on Taylor Farms a lot, so.
I've been with him since his Kiwi, but he said that was just a starter mount. And
yeah, that's basically his learning curve.
And a lot of it had kind of like a feel, and I was one guy, he kept talking about how all his maps are exactly the same, and his maps is nothing the same anymore. Hawks Bay especially was my favorite for a long time because of the history of the map. The island he swum out to Kidd, and that road he's actually showed me a video where he was a president of a bikers club and stuff, and where they was driving down that really dangerous road and stuff. So I mean, he put him in it.
Yeah, and to me that's very important, And for the people to say I don't know, big farming or like the square fields or whatever doesn't exist, I would like to direct their attention to Wyoming, Montana, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Kansas. That whole area of the United States is nothing but giant square fields, and they are even less to look at in real life than his maps. Like, his maps are much prettier in reality. I don't know how else to put that or how to stress it, but if you go to Nebraska, or whatever, on one of those big farms, you literally cannot see the end of the field.
Yeah.
It's just a big open square with no trees.
Yeah,
that is not fun to look at. Exactly. That is not pretty. That is not fun farming. His maps are fun farming.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I got his back. I hadn't even talked to the guy personally, but I like where his head's at on his maps, and I hope he keeps at it.
Yeah, you two are definitely a rise above a bunch of them as far as supporting and being so creative and everything. So I'm tickled to be on the journey for sure.
Well, I'm glad you decided to, bring me along with your journey. I've been watching your YouTube videos quite a bit, and I've been seeing, like, what Kaz has been doing, and then there's that guy from TNT, but I haven't seen anything from him in a while.
He's actually looking at picking up some maps and kind of going from there. That's kind of been out. One of them, I even hate to say it on his channel, but Michigan. It's just, and I don't think he needs to touch out the 10-foot pole, but he's a really great guy too.
Yeah.
He that map he did for the in-game USA map, Westbridge.
Yeah, Ravenport.
No, Westbridge, the older one. That's so popular.
Yeah, when he did the Eastbridge one.
Yeah, that was just like you could put those maps right on top of each other, right next to each other, and he did an excellent job of creating that feel.
If you remember, I actually did do that. I took his map and I took the Westbridge map and I merged them to show Facebook pictures, and I showed him like, hey, this can be done.
Yeah.
But I deleted all those files because I didn't have permission from him, and I didn't have permission from the guy who re-uploaded Westbridge.
Right.
So I couldn't just, take that on and just do that and put it out there. I won't do that. That's stealing mods as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Well, I sent him pictures showing him how to do it when I was like, if you really wanted to do it, go for it, blah, blah. I don't want any credit in it. I just wanted to show you what it would look like. And he responds back to me after I delete everything. He's like, yeah, go ahead and produce it. And I'm like, well, about that.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I mean, still could, but like I said, the guy that did the Westbridge one, he has not given anybody permission to do that. And I know it's kind of a weird topic because it is the vanilla map from Giants, but because another modder has produced it in the 19,
right.
You can't really just take it on because people are going to be like, oh, well, you stole that from this guy, blah, blah, and
it
so
comes like a little area of respect.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be awesome if somebody would just go ahead and do it. I would play it for sure, but I'm not going to be the guy that does it.
Right, I understand.
So, but got any other questions about the map? Or?
No, I was sitting here just flying around looking at everything, seeing if I missed anything, but I think it's amazing.
I keep just flying. I appreciate it, man. The only thing that I'm kind of not really feeling is the lake, the big one.
Okay.
The water table is so low. But at the same time, the hills are quite large on, the north side of it and quite shallow on the other side.
Yeah, it's kind of I think it's just kind of like the tone of the color and stuff. Literally, if this was like a rocky ledge over here, and then kind of a sandy beach along the lower part, I think it would nail it.
So maybe try, take this north edge here and kind of turn it into like a cliff face, maybe?
Well, I mean, because, just having like a sandy beach that goes straight uphill about 20, 30 feels a little unnatural.
Exactly, that's kind of where I'm at.
But you could always take the grass level down a little bit and maybe do like a rocky ledge and overlook.
So what I was getting ready to say is I kind of thought about actually doing that, kind of building a rock facing right here, and then saying that it was basically an old rock quarry turned into a lake or something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because I've actually seen them do that quite a bit, but then the islands don't really make a whole lot of sense.
Right. I'm on that little bitty outcropping that's in the middle of the two islands at the great big top of that face. You might could even put you some little, kind of like an overlook section over the lake. It's actually very scenic right here. Be kind of cool.
Holy crap, it is kind of pretty.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's overlooking her tree too, so I mean, you might even do some little special dedication to her.
Well, she does have a sell point now.
Yep, I seen it. And
And you
saw
got
some
your
stuff in it.
stuff in it.
Yeah, I haven't really showed it in this video.
video.
I'll fly over.
I'll fly over.
But yeah, that's a really nice
That's a
point.
really nice point.
You could always consider doing something like that, and that kind of get rid of that sandy hill.
Yeah, I might do that. I'm just gonna play around with the paint and whatnot, see what it looks like. But you know, putting your sign up there, just trying to make it look like an actual natural sign. That was kind of problematic. We'll just say that.
Oh, really? This Bay City Grains.
Yeah. I had to play around with that for quite a bit. They kept trying to put your name like over top of the grains and stuff like that.
I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's the first thing I noticed when I came over here. I was like, what did he do now?
I didn't know if you'd actually notice it or not.
Oh, yeah. I know with the semi, it's kind of hard to get into the sell point to turn around, but I really didn't care after I seen it.
Well, you can actually drive all the way around the building. It's a little tight, but it can be done.
Yeah. I actually did in the testing and stuff. I don't know. I guess just because I'm halfway claustrophobic. So if you will have fun messing with me, just give me a nice tight path to go through. You'll get me. Literally, people putting bushes on each side of the road, if they're too close, I have to paint the bushes. It messes with me.
I get that. Well, you remember when I first did Shea's Island, I was trying to figure out exactly where I was going to put the fields and whatnot, so I painted all them bushes in.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, hey, this looks all right. And it was cool. But then you're like, take some of them bushes out, and thin them out and put some trees up there. And I literally put over 10,000 oak trees in, not to mention everything else.
No.
It took for effing ever because at that time I was literally placing a tree at a time. But once I got that one road done and stepped back and looked at it and drove down it a couple times, I'm like, holy crap, this looks amazing.
Yeah, it's what I can't get a lot of people to understand is that when you do something and it looks natural, it fills you with that feeling like, wow, this is nice,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it takes forever, but I think just a little bit goes a long way, and kind of going back to Kaz is Rustic Acres and comparing it to like some of the other maps that he's done. I've noticed that he's starting to put in a lot more decoration, if you will, on some of his later maps, and it really looks like a whole other level to me.
And that little collaboration thing too with G&G, I'm kind of glad that he did that with the open range stuff. But Kaz's "You Can Cut My Fence Down" kind of opens up a whole new level of animal placement mods too, because you could turn literally any field and stuff into place for cattle, but you can cut it all down and sell it and then turn it into a field. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I saw the little video he did on that and some of the pictures, or not the video, but the pictures he did, and I was like, damn it, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I want that.
Well, I like yours too. I mean, for this farm and stuff, that's right. I mean, it's just really nice. You got all these animal placements and stuff here, and it literally takes up no space.
Well, it takes up a little bit of space, but
yeah, but it's kind of confined, and you've got it even broken up so it doesn't feel so unnatural with that little road in between from the barn.
And that was a complete happy accident.
Just stuff not lining up.
Well, yeah, I mean, all I had for this area was this fence that went around it, because I couldn't figure out how to get the buildings to show up at first. So I was playing it in game, and I just started placing these buildings down, and literally I had no idea behind it. I just placed them, and I was like, that looks kind of good, and then I kind of messed with it a little bit, and so yeah, they got placed there accidentally, basically. Like there was no plan, and I just went with it.
Well,
it just kind of turned out pretty good.
I love it. I probably would mess it up though, because I only do sheep and chickens. I don't know why I just don't. Once you live around hogs and cattle and stuff, it's just not that much to me. But I love chicken and sheep. So whenever I get ready to play this map, I may put them out through there. So I'll be interested to see how it looks.
Well, and the great thing about it is you can literally sell everything in the farm and, you know, re-level it or whatever to make it your own. And I really love that.
Right.
Other than the fact that I do have those trees kind of placed everywhere. But with my placeables, you can place them right over them trees. So.
Right. That's cool.
Especially if you got the place anywhere mod. Then you know.
Yeah. I do.
I think that's a very essential mod.
It is. It helps a lot.
Well, you know, like on the island, not a whole lot of people had that, so I built it directly straight into the game itself. Well, not in the game, but into the Cheetah's Islands extras. You remember that little add-on I had?
Yeah.
So Horse Helper, the Animal Increaser, the Place It Anywhere mod, and something else. Oh, the Timescale mod were all in that. So as long as you had that one mod, or that one zip file, you had basically 12 mods in one.
That's cool.
You know, I kind of did something similar to this, but it's not. Oh, holy crap, that was weird. I'm sitting here flying around the cow farm right now. You just have to run right where I was about to place that water thing, if you will, the pressure washer. You literally ran right into my crosshairs. I'm like, I'm like, oh crap! If I was a sniper, you would have had it.
I'd be dead.
But yeah, I mean, I hope people enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it, especially.
Oh, I'm loving it so far. I've had a ball testing it. Yeah, I haven't got to play with my old equipment on it, but the unrealistic stuff, I don't mind doing that.
When I do the final release, all that equipment is going to be changed out.
Cool.
Just a heads up. So, the starting equipment will be completely different, other than that one tractor, because ever since you pointed that tractor out to me, I use that thing relentlessly. I love that tractor.
Which one, the Fendt or the white one?
No, not a Fendt. It's the favorite. The little green tractor, the first one you can put a front loader on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally never used that tractor until you pointed it out.
Yeah, it's the first one that you can get the lift and everything on it, so you know it is cheap.
Yeah.
And of course that little Fiat, it's not any name tractor I'd ever wanted in my life. Didn't much care about their cars, but this is a good proper starting tractor. It'll pull anything nearly.
Yep. I mean, like I said, I would have never really thought about this tractor, but I used it to restack some hay bales and whatnot on my Let's Play, and the in-cab view especially of it, you know, actually being able to see the hydraulic, you know, the levers and everything, this little tractor is amazing.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I use it for the most. It might blow your mind. But I'm playing around with it now. I got the skinny tires on it. And one hand got the front loader attached and the engine upgrade. But I use it as a sprayer. A double sprayer.
Makes sense.
I use that Deltas whatever 1302, the first one that has the arms, because you put one on the front and the back, so you can do your weed killer and your fertilizer at the same time.
Back in FS13, I used to use that one Dutzfar or whatever it's called, the green tractor that had the front hydraulics. I would put a fertilizer spreader on the front and a big Amazon 15-meter planter on the back, and fertilize and plant at the same time. Because back then you couldn't do that, but now in this game, you know, you can fertilize and plant at the same time.
Right.
But
well, my favorite one of the old ones was a little bitty small Unimog that had the front and back attachers.
yes,
I still wish I could see one of them. They haven't really brought out nothing like that yet. They got some Unimogs, but not with the front and back attachers.
So I have a little bit of an idea. Not too many people do this, but I thought maybe you could do a little bit of a skit on your YouTube channel or something, talking about what you would like to see coming to Farming Simulator.
Oh, I do. Not in one episode, but there's one on that's another one that's missing. I really want really bad, and it's that Go Wheels silage wrapper. It's like a little placeable setup. I forgot the name of it, but it's by Go Wheel. If you take it and you put it at the barn, of course you actually got to fill up the full and all the chemicals and all that. But if you just back up a load of grass, put everything to turn the engine on manually, and you just sit there and just dump grass and just watch it dump bales off its sale point of silage. That was my favorite way.
Well, you remember back in the day where you had, like, there was none of those, well, I could call them belt trailers, you know? I don't know what the heck they're called now. I guess I can go in here and look. Let's see. You know what I'm talking about? The tension, not the tension belts, but the belt system.
Kind of like the conveyors and stuff?
Yes, thank you, the conveyors. In FS13, I had this map that I played on all the time. It was called Great Plains. Loved that map. Anyways, I somehow figured out how to put the conveyor belts in the actual BGA. Like, so that was in the map, you know, because they didn't have this stuff, you know, that you just buy and place, whatever. So what I did is I edited the map and I put it underneath each one of those BGAs, and then basically force fed the BGA auger, you know, the set point. So, like, as soon as you unwrap the silage, it just starts selling it.
Oh, wow.
So you had 4 bunkers on one side and 4 bunkers on the other side, and the ones on the right were the ones that auto-selled, and the ones on the left were the ones that you could use at your farm, you know, for silage for feeding your cattle and whatnot. But yeah. We did that and literally broke the game. We were watching the money tick at a rapid pace because we uncovered all 4 of those at the same time. And that map would hold 5 million liters of silage on each bunker.
Wow.
So we were simultaneously selling 20 million liters of silage, like, just going. The numbers were just ticking.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, our game just froze.
And silage
It never worked again.
was like the biggest money maker there ever was. Nillard versions.
Yeah, we got over 10 billion doing that little cheat, and it froze the game. It completely destroyed it. That was great. But no, one of the things that I would like to see come to Farming Simulator, because this has been bugging me since the very beginning. I want people to be able to get in the car or the tractor with me.
Yeah.
I know they made passenger scripts, but you have to add that to each, mod or whatever. I would just like to see it in game, where it's just there, you know.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't understand it, because like right now, if you and I wanted to go buy some new machinery,
Right.
one of us would have to walk if we're trying to do realism, you know, or whatever. It's just, I don't know. To me, the passenger script would be awesome. Anyways, there's my rant.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. And kind of like if you're going to have a pickup, you should have the ability. If you got it in the seats, you should have the ability to carry people.
Exactly.
If you can get in Fortnite and jump in a golf cart and turn around and shoot somebody as they're driving, you can surely drive around in a vehicle in here.
Right? But I don't know. I don't understand why they never added that. It doesn't make any sense to me. You got multiplayer, but you know, honestly, if you can take this game along with the drivability of, like, say, American Truck Simulator, and then add the ability to switch vehicles or to get into any vehicle, kind of like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
If you somehow marry those 3 games together in the farming simulator, that'd be fantastic.
Well, to me, the ultimate game would be like a sim world. You take Farming Simulator, Train Simulator, and Trucking Simulator, and you just buy the portions of the game that you want, and then you can come in or you can buy all portions, but you can actually see other people and playing the farm while you're actually driving your truck and everything. That would be the ultimate game to me.
It's funny that you bring that up. Me and a friend of mine have been talking about this game concept idea. We call it the Life Simulator. And it's where, like, an everyday person can decide to be a firefighter, a cop, or a criminal if they want, a soldier, a farmer, whatever they want to do.
Right.
And you have to build yourself up from nothing, basically. Try to buy the farmland, or if you're a criminal, go rob a bank and then buy the farmland.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. But, you know, player beware, there's other people that are going to be playing too that may not like what you're up to and may decide to either arrest you or whatever. You know, like, just make it like an actual simulator on what life could be, I guess, if you will. And then make it to where it's like an open world, kind of like World of Warcraft.
Right.
You know, but also make it to where if you just want to play as a farmer and you don't have any desire to be stuck playing online, you can do that.
Yeah, it'd be my luck. Somebody's wanting to steal gas for their car and come up on my farm and steal it from my farm.
Hey, you know, that could happen.
But then you just call the police.
Exactly. The main problem that me and him saw was, well, you know, probably most people are going to want to be criminals or something. They're just going to go around stealing stuff. You're not going to have any cops.
Right.
Well, put the NPC element in there, just like World of Warcraft type of thing, or Grand Theft Auto. Actually have computer players or NPCs that would do the job if there's nobody else to do it.
Right.
You know? So
make it interesting, balanced.
I can see games going in that direction, but we're a long ways from that.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the artificial intelligence on this game. There
actually is another simulator game coming up. I am going to buy it. Where you actually have to, they combine like several games. It's a farming sim game, a building sim game. You buy your property, you have to fix the property, you have to actually fix the tractors and stuff. So, you know, talking about maybe swapping out engine stuff. It's kind of like a combination of 3 or 4 games in one. So I'm kind of looking forward to it coming out too.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I've got it on my wish list. Remind me and I'll try to pull it up. I forgot the name of it.
That's the one thing I kind of wish we could do on this. You know, like, instead of just buying a building and placing it, I kind of wish that it had to go through a building cycle, kind of like Age of Empires type of thing, or SimCity, or you know, where you actually watch the build process.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And it could be, you know, kind of like that water mod that's out right now. You know, it takes a while to build. You know, you see all the parts laying around first, and then then it's built. But I'd kind of like to see like an actual construction crew roll up on the farm, start pouring the concrete or whatever, and actually start building the building. I think that would be absolutely amazing. Of course, I would probably spend all day just building property up. and going bankrupt because
I
I'd be just sitting there watching them.
have that mod loaded. It didn't show up on your animal placements though, like it did on Kaz's. I don't know
That's
if it's.
because I have to add it through Giants Editor first.
Oh.
And I was trying to watch the video on how to do that. I'm completely lost.
Well, that'll give you something else to play around with. I know how much you like learning, so.
Yeah, about that. I think I'm at my IQ quota for the day.
All right, man. I'm gonna stop this recording and go see what the kids doing. My wife's on call for work tonight, and I'll see how many videos I can make out of this.
All right, man. Well, I gotta call Lizzie back, so I will talk at you later. And happy farming, bro.
All right, take it easy, man. Have fun.
All right. Adios.